Hi everybody. So I wanted to do a follow-up video on my Miracles Happen, the 222 story that I shared, mainly because I received such an amazing, strong response to that video, which tells me this is the type of stuff we need to be talking about, things that inspire us. In my Ask Rebecca group that I hold weekly, I explained that it's more than an opportunity to just ask me personal universal questions in relationship to getting spiritual guidance. It's really an opportunity to receive an energetic tune-up where we come together in the spirit of raising our vibration to match the frequency of miracle consciousness. And when we do this, we're placing our intention and attention, our conscious awareness on the light. We are plugging into and raising our vibe to match this frequency of light and love so that when we walk out of the experience, that's where the real magic happens. We then become a magnet for miracles, synchronicity, and flow in our everyday life. Miracles happen has been the theme of the past week. And I felt guided to share a few more examples that happened to me in the past few days to remind you and inspire you to ask for and expect miracles each and every day. Miracle number 1. This has to do with a nanny search, finding a new nanny. Okay, so I have made it a daily habit to start my day out in a very short 5-minute prayer and meditation before I even get out of bed. Okay, so I ask my guides, I ask God for a day of heaven on earth, a day of bliss, of miracles, of magic, of flow for me and for everyone who I come into contact with that day. One of my lessons is learning how to receive help. And so lately I've realized that I need a part-time nanny in order to be able to balance my life and all the moving parts. So the guidance I received was that we should go through a nanny agency that we used in the past. And so we did. We started the process after Mercury was out of retrograde. And I was initially discouraged, if I'm being honest, because the few people who applied were not a good fit. And so I was getting negative. I will own that. But I decided to change both my vibe and my mind and expect a miracle, practice what I preach, and to think positive. And so I started to affirm it as if it was already here every day. Many times a day. I would get out of my head, drop into my heart. I would focus on what and why, okay? Giving the details, who, what, where, when to the universe. And then I let go. So a few days after shifting to that mindset, we found a nanny. Her name was Riley G. And on the site, she was perfect on paper, okay? And in this little clip on who she is, she mentioned that she drove a Subaru, so was happy to help out with driving, which I will share with you why that detail is important in a second. So then we met Riley, and what I found out was the G actually stands for Goldstein, which happens to be my mom's last name. So for me, total sign, okay? And after talking with her, we felt like she'd be a great fit. So we then proceeded to hear back from one of her references, who was a preschool teacher she had worked alongside, and she gave her glowing reviews. Okay, so we offered her the job, and I felt huge gratitude and relief that Spirit stepped in and really made this a painless process. Fast forward a day. Apparently, there's more than one Riley G in Denver, okay? To me, it's not the most common name. That next day, as I was driving home from work, I ended up pulling behind a car, a Mercedes, not a Subaru, with the license plate Riley G. You see that? I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? My guides know how much I love and geek out over my license plate signs, and this was like the icing on the cake for me, right? So when things like this happen, you feel so heard, so supported by your team and spirit. Okay, my next miracle that happened a day later. I am in a rental car right now, temporarily, and I get into the car to drive to the office, and the light comes on, and it says back left tire low. No big deal. Okay, well, I texted my son Jacob. I mentioned it because he had driven the car the night before. And he said, no, that wasn't on, but that's weird because I meant to tell you that the front left tire has a bubble in it, Mom, which is never good. I would contact the rental company about that. Okay, I listened to him. I often see my kids are my messengers. So right after my Ask Rebecca group, where we were working on and talking about miracles and raising our vibration to match the frequency of miracle consciousness, I then got in the rental car. I drove to the rental car company, and my intention was to swap it out. So on the drive, I mentally asked my guides to make this easy and quick, okay? I pull up into the parking lot. I park next to a license plate that says inflow. Love it. So then I walk in. The last 30 seconds of Belinda Carlisle's song, Heaven on Earth, was on. Asking for my day of heaven on earth, right? I laughed. The guy then came out with me to the car, took one look at it and said, wow, I've seen worse, but this is not good. And I'm just really glad you came in. And both of us were really glad I didn't have to find out whatever that meant. Okay. I felt like my angels were looking out for me and preventing a problem. So not only did this guy upgrade me at no additional cost, he put me in a practically new vehicle. And he managed to do this whole thing in under 10 minutes. Okay. So the second I pulled off the lot, I literally am behind a license plate 444, which means your angels are with you. They have your back, okay? Literally, right after 444, another car pulls in front of me, 111XOX. 111 means keep your thoughts positive. Focus on only what you want to manifest. Don't give any energy to the unwanted. So, you get it. Amazing breadcrumbs along my path. Not that I have any doubt, but it's always so amazing when you get your validations, your signs to further instill that deep knowing, faith, and trust that we are being divinely guided if we choose to call it in. So you guys, life happens, right? Which is full of messy and earthly details that we have to deal with on a daily basis. It's just part of the deal of being in this human experience. But we can do it with ease and grace rather than pain and struggle when we choose to operate from this higher vibrational place. So while sharing these real-time examples of how Spirit is available to help us navigate our way through life, it may inspire you, which I hope it does. But the truth is, words alone don't teach. Experience does, right? So I am sharing this with you to encourage you to put this to the test if this resonates. Ask for a day of heaven on earth, a day of miracles, magic, and flow for you and for everyone you come into contact with. And after you've placed your order with the universe, your job is to just sit back, expect miracles to happen, and watch how the universe works its magic with ease and grace and in an effortless, endless flow. As always, I am wishing you brightest blessings and all love.